Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Hey, Gabby.
How you doing, Kevin?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 22. I'm single.
Okay.
But I just wanted to call in and agree to, your point. I mean, I do have a lot of family members that are married, and my elder sister to me, who's 28,
hmm
just recently got married.
You're
So I
22?
do believe 28.
You're 22?
Yes, I'm 28.
You're 28.
No, I'm 22.
Okay.
I'm 22,
Okay.
but my sister, I was talking about,
hmm
who's 28, recently just got married. So I was
So when you
calling
get
in just
married,
to I'm working on
why is
that,
that
but
a joke?
it's not. I mean,
Okay.
you know,
You got any
it's in the
active
plans.
prospects?
I do. I will say that.
All right. You sound all laid back, like, yeah, it's all good, I'm just chilling and shit, blah blah blah. Okay.
But I wanted to agree with you on, do women want to get married? I do believe women do want to get married, but as you mentioned earlier in the show, I feel the influence, you know, in the media has a big hold on us right now.
I think more than the media, because I believe
Oh,
that
definitely.
more than the media, because today black people in this country pretty much follow black media, which is online. We're not really so much held down by the news media and movies like we were even 10 years ago. I mean, if you took the average black person's smartphone or computer, you'd see a bunch of black platforms that they follow. Um, when you get married, do you want to have children?
Definitely.
Uh,
I mean, I don't want to have children unless I am married.
of course. So are you going to are you going to hyphenate? Or are you going to take his last name?
I'll probably take his last name.
Wow. Are you going to do love, honor, and obey?
I mean, when I get there, Kevin.
Well, you'll get there when you know what it is, though. So when I asked about the hyphenate, you said probably, and I'm like, do you want to be a stay-at-home wife or do you want to work?
I definitely do want to be a stay-at-home
Well,
wife.
let me give you a little heads up. That whole taking his last name thing, that's not optional with the kind of men that can afford to make you a stay-at-home wife.
I understand. That's why I said I would take his last name.
And
My
you said
mother
you
took my
probably would.
father's last
You said
name.
you probably
I
would.
said I would.
Now I can run it back, sweetheart. I listen really well. You said I probably would. Maybe you thought you said you would. You said I probably would. But
Well, from my experience and my lineage, my mother and my, grandmothers have always taken my grandfather's last name.
right. Well, cool. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so I'll speak to the chat room. Look, ladies, if you want that not taking his last name is a non-starter. And children, if you're not planning on producing him any heirs, honestly, go get you a couple of girlfriends, and y'all go in on a mortgage, and y'all can be each other's in case of emergency. These men are not playing these games anymore. I'm just being honest, they're not playing. I was lightheartedly kind of saying how kind of laid back you are because non-black women, they are hyped to go find their men. And far too many black women almost act like y'all are entitled, especially younger black women who tend to be a little bit more attractive. And that may not be you, but I'm gonna tell you, if you one of these young ladies who think, it's
I mean, I
3
think it's
years
all
happen like
about
that,
respect.
huh?
I just wanted to call in respectfully to your
Oh yeah,
show.
I
I
wasn't
mean, I
talking to
did
you.
have a question for you
Go
as
ahead,
well,
because I was talking
too.
to the chat room. Go ahead, what's your question?
So, I mean, you talk a lot about, different ethnicities, showcasing marriage and unionship. But, I also see it from a standpoint of like generations. because, I study economics and I find, I do see a lot of millennials getting married, especially Black millennials. Like I just mentioned, my sister and her 28 and 26s. But, as far as like Generation Z for me, or even like, the generation before millennials, you don't see a lot of them encouraging marriage. I mean, but even baby boomers, I
What's the
feel
question?
more big
What's the
on
question?
marriage. Well, do you feel it's a generational thing as well?
Yeah, I think the generations, the younger men, millennials, have seen what Generation X men and baby boomer men had to deal with the Generation X women and baby boomer women. That's what millennials are seeing. They're like, I don't want no parts of that. You listen to the women on my channel who tend to be 40 plus. You got millennial men saying, "Oh no, I saw my daddy have to deal with that. I couldn't be around my."
Yeah.
And Zennials are even more uh, uh, to the point to where they're like, no, you know, they were raised to look at you guys as they're equals.
Yeah.
So
No,
the
definitely.
problem is the Zennial women and the millennial women. You're supposed to be actively wanting to be courted and to find a husband, not laid back, not just chilling in the cut. That's supposed to be a motivating factor. The North Star. Forget your degree, forget your job. Your motivating factor is supposed to be to become Mrs. Somebody before 23 so you can get started with your biological purpose. So when men see that the women of their generation aren't moving that way, they can't really start getting excited about doing what they're supposed to do. That's really what it comes down to. That's why you get a lot of younger men calling in and saying the women in my generation are not even thinking about it. Uh, it's your generation are not having sex like the previous generation, not actually dating. Even if dating existed, you're not having relationships like
Oh
previous
yeah.
generations. Y'all
Yeah.
come
Dating's
together
completely
for
different.
hookups, and then you leave. And sadly, talking to a lot of younger women, it's almost like talking to men because when you
Mm.
only come together for sex, then you judge a man based upon his ability to make you orgasm and to excite you for short periods of time. And that's not how you're biologically wired. So, uh, hope you get some caffeine up in there and get a little bit more hype.
I'm fine, Kevin. Nah.
Yeah, no, you ain't. Nah, you ain't. No, you ain't. I'm good. I'm chilling, G. You know, I'm sub, man. I'm subbing this mug. Yeah. All right. It sounded like some good sticky she was smoking, but all right. I hope you have some. Yeah. Hold on. You know what? Y'all want to know what the equivalent of that is? Here's the equivalent of that. Oh, we good? That was a good show, man. I like that. That was good. What happened? So, at the end of the day, when it comes right down to it, got to ask yourself some serious questions. Some serious questions. Do you want to be, are you going to be married or are you going to die alone? You know what? Before I even do that, you know what? I'm going to play something else. You know what? We're going to go into a little bit of overtime because I want to play something from yesterday. I want to put something from play something from yesterday. Play something from yesterday. Yesterday, when I was talking to that one woman, and it was like pulling teeth. It was really shocking to me that so many women just think That life is that they can just decide to do whatever they want when they want to. Let's see. Let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Four children.
Mm-hmm.
She instilled in her daughters,
How many?
you don't
How many?
need a man.
How many fathers?
3.
You don't have time. I mean, 35. You don't have time to waste. You need to practice. It was like just like guys going to jail.
No. Mm-hmm.
Make a practical decision. I don't want to hear about romance. I don't want to hear about any of that. I need to hear about your hospice care plan.
Oh, I began living with my mother and grandmother.
To have a home health care nurse? In the jail?
No, not jail, but there was too much argument.
Gentlemen, this conversation starts off sounding harmless, but Kevin Samuels quickly turns this 22-year-old caller's ideas about marriage into a reality check. She's 22, recently finished college, has older sisters who are getting married, and says she absolutely wants marriage and children, but only within marriage. So far, so good. Then Kevin starts asking the questions that turn theory into reality. Do you want children? Will you take your husband's last name? And are you willing to be a stay-at-home wife? And she says yes. But Kevin immediately notices something important. She's speaking about marriage as an idea, but she hasn't really thought through the practical expectations that come with the type of marriage she's describing. She wants a traditional arrangement. She wants to stay home. She wants children after marriage. And she's willing to take her husband's last name. But Kevin's point is simple. A man who is going to financially support a wife and children is going to have standards too. You don't just announce that you want a traditional husband. You have to understand what traditional marriage requires from both sides. And then Kevin takes the conversation into a much bigger issue. Why are younger generations becoming less interested in marriage? His argument is that younger men have watched older generations struggle through relationships, divorce, financial obligations, and difficult marriages, and some of them have decided they don't want to repeat what they witnessed. That's a crucial point. If young men are watching marriage and seeing nothing but risk, conflict, and financial consequences, you can't be shocked when some of them decide to stay away. And that's why Kevin challenges women to stop assuming that marriage is simply waiting for them. Kevin's bigger message to young women is essentially, don't spend your 20s treating marriage like something you'll figure out later and then suddenly expect the perfect husband to appear when you're ready. And gentlemen, there's a lesson here too. Men aren't obligated to accept a woman's definition of marriage simply because she wants it. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell me in the comments. Do you think younger generations are losing interest in marriage because of what they've watched older generations experience?